Before the battle, in the late summer of 1862, the Confederate Army, led by General Robert E. Lee, achieved a significant victory at the Second Battle of Bull Run. Boosted by this success, Lee decided to take the war to the north. Lee's Maryland campaign was a bold strategic move. He hoped to recruit Southern sympathizers in Maryland, provision his army, and potentially threaten Washington, D.C., which could have led to foreign recognition of the Confederacy. However, a stroke of luck favored the Union. A copy of Lee's detailed battle plans, known as Special Order 191, was found by Union soldiers wrapped around 3 cigars. This lost order gave Union General George B. McClellan a golden opportunity to defeat Lee's divided army. With Lee's plans in hand, McClellan moved to confront the Confederate forces. On September 17, 1862, the two armies clashed near Sharpsburg, Maryland, along the banks of Antietam Creek. This set the stage for what would become a pivotal moment in the Civil War. The Battle of Antietam is remembered as the bloodiest single-day battle in American history. In just one day of brutal fighting, there were over 23,000 casualties, including killed, wounded, and missing. The sheer scale of the slaughter was unprecedented and shocked the nation. The battle began at dawn, in what is known as the morning phase. Union forces under Major General Joseph Hooker launched a powerful assault on Lee's left flank, commanded by Stonewall Jackson. The fighting was concentrated in a 30-acre cornfield belonging to David Miller. The Miller cornfield became a death trap. For 3 hours, the battle raged back and forth across the cornfield. The fighting was so intense that the corn stalks were shredded as if by a storm, and the ground was soaked with blood. By mid-morning, the focus of the battle shifted to the center of the Confederate line, a sunken farm lane that would earn the grim nickname Bloody Lane. For nearly 4 hours, Union and Confederate forces fought at close range along this road. The fighting at Bloody Lane was ferocious. Union soldiers poured relentless fire into the Confederate defenders packed into the narrow road. The Confederates held their ground with grim determination, but the casualties were staggering. The lane became a ditch filled with the dead and wounded. In the afternoon, the battle moved to its final phase on the Confederate right flank at a stone bridge over Antietam Creek. Union Major General Ambrose Burnside was tasked with capturing the bridge and attacking the Confederate flank. Burnside's forces struggled for hours to cross the bridge, which was defended by a small but determined group of Confederate soldiers. The delay gave the Confederates time to reinforce their lines. Finally, the Union troops broke through, but it was too late. Just as the Union forces began to gain the upper hand, Confederate reinforcements under General A.P. Hill arrived from Harper's Ferry. Hill's division launched a surprise counterattack, driving back the Union advance and saving Lee's army from destruction. By nightfall, the fighting had ended. The battle was a tactical draw, with neither side achieving a decisive victory. Lee's army had been battered, but it had not been destroyed. McClellan, despite having superior numbers and knowledge of Lee's plans, was criticized for his cautious and uncoordinated attacks. However, the Battle of Antietam was a strategic victory for the Union. Lee's invasion of the North had been turned back, and the Confederate Army was forced to retreat to Virginia. This victory gave President Abraham Lincoln the political confidence he needed to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation transformed the character of the war. It declared that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territory were to be set free. The war was no longer just about preserving the Union. It was now also a fight for freedom. The Battle of Antietam was a turning point in the Civil War. It prevented a Confederate victory on Northern soil, gave Lincoln the opportunity to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, and change the course of the war. The memory of this bloody day serves as a powerful reminder of the cost of freedom and the struggle to preserve the Union.